Tarabud coming to you with segment 2 of the Uncommon Pickle. Here at Toast Wine Lounge in Oakland, California, the boys, John and Christian, work into the wee hours of the night pickling their uncommon creations from fresh organic produce purchased at the Temescal Farmers Market.
So I'm here with the Uncommon Pickle, John, Christian, and we're going to talk about the pickling process. So tell me a little bit about what's going on here.
Well, we're in the kitchen here at Toast Wine Lounge, and we are going to pickle some green beans. We pickle our green beans with juniper, coriander, and a little bit of ginger, and just a touch of dill. And it's a really lovely recipe. So
nice. And what do you got? What do you have there?
Smell this giant bag of coriander. Can you smell it?
Delicious.
Kind of has like a citrusy, like tangerine, that like herby, spicy flavor. Interesting stuff. But we're gonna measure that out, and
what else you got?
Down here at the bottom, these juniper berries.
Okay.
And they smell like gin.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Smell like gin mixed with like evergreen trees.
Wow, it does smell like gin.
Measure the spices out first, because we have to toast the spices. It really brings out the flavor of the spice, so it integrates better with the pickle. And it like heats it up, and the oils come out, and then it will become really fragrant. You get to experience that. So here we are, measuring spices. We've got some coriander in here, right here. We do a teaspoon per jar of coriander. So I've got 8 tablespoons in here for 24 jars. And now I'm going to do the same with juniper. So it's not super exciting, but it is very necessary.
So Christian, what are you preparing?
So I'm filling these big pots with hot water. And I am starting to sanitize the jars that we're going to use.
John, what are we doing now?
We're going to measure out some vinegar and water. We're doing 1-to-1 vinegar to water. It's important to have a good, about 1-to-1 ratio to make sure your products are safe and shelf stable.
And you've bought a variety of vinegars. Can you talk about those?
Well, actually, they're all white wine vinegar.
Oh, they're all white wine?
Yeah, different brands. We usually like to use Lilacs.
Okay, and you have Lilacs, and what else?
And Beaufort, another French white wine vinegar.
Very nice. 1-to-1 ratio.
Now we're going to heat up the vinegar and water solution, so that when we add the vinegar to the jar that's already hot, and so it's going to already start to preserve and cook the vegetables. We're going to set it right here.
They're cooking jars.
Cooking jars, exactly.
Cooking jars.
Smell that?
Very nice. Okay. So we're sanitizing the jars. I like your clippers.
Yeah, me too. It works pretty well.
You don't burn your fingers?
Yes, exactly. Very, very
They probably used cattle prods in the old days. How long do you sanitize them for?
For about 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Yes.
So these are the green beans that we bought yesterday from BB Farms. They're really yummy, crunchy, delicious green beans. For our pickles, we want to We leave the stems on so that people have somewhere to grasp the pickle. We think it's kind of nice. And it looks nice in the jar too, to have a little bit of the stem. It's interesting. We don't really see that very often with green beans.
Okay.
So what we do is take a knife and then cut off one end, and then we want it to kind of end up to be the size of a jar.
So you size the green bean to the jar.
Yeah, not like that. So that it like will stick in the jar. People can spin it.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
So for each 16-ounce jar, we're putting a teaspoon of natural sea salts. And we're going to be doing some large-sized jars, which are about 4 times the size of this, so they'll be about 4 times the amount of salt. And so I just put the salt in, so now I'm going to put a little bit of sugar. So I'm going to go grab that.
Okay.
Hello. So now I'm going to fill the jars with the spices that we toasted, which is coriander and juniper berries. Each of these jars is going to get 2 teaspoons each. So about a teaspoon of each spice of the coriander and juniper berry. And
Lovely.
yeah, very lovely. This is kind of this is kind of the fun part for me. I love it when we start filling the jars with spices.
Is it because you see the potential?
Yeah, I see the potential and how it's going to taste and everything.
So tell me about your music selection this evening.
This evening?
We started out with?
Yeah, we kind of started out with some jazzy, kind of New Orleans style, instrumental rock, and now we're on to some power pop.
Katy Perry?
Katy Perry, yeah. It's fun to mix it up.
Daisy Dukes?
Daisy Dukes, bikinis on top. Exactly. So now we're gonna throw some ginger into the jars. Each jar we're doing 1 small piece, about this size.
Quarter size?
Quarter size, and it's really enough to like give the green beans a really gingery taste, spicy taste, but not be too overpowering. So as you can see, now we have the spices, we have some salt, a little sugar, some ginger. Yeah. So now we have our water boiling, our vinegar ready. We have our jars filled with the spices, salt, sugar, and ginger. And now we have our rinsed and prepped green beans, and now we're going to start filling the jars.
Almost the final product.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're going to put some of this vinegar here.
So the vinegar combination, 1 to 1?
1 to 1. So we use white wine vinegar and water.
Is it lightly boiled or warm?
It's warmed a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
And we have our sanitized sink over here.
Okay. Wow.
Just make sure it's tight and sealed. And some tongs.
Is this the final step?
This is the final step. So we're going to put this in the water bath for about 10 minutes. So now it's time to take out the jar of green beans. Very careful, this is really hot. And set it down right over here.
Okay.
And let that cool for several hours.
That's what it's going to look like once you have your labels on?
Exactly.
And who designed your label?
The Key Printing and Binding.
Yeah.
They're a printing and binding shop here in Rockridge, and on Ocean View Avenue. You can find them online.
The last thing I wanted to know is where can we find your uncommon pickles?
Well, every month at the New Taste Marketplace in San Francisco at Taharo and Mariposa. And
Once a month?
Once a month, yeah. And then we are going to have the green beans at the local butcher shop in North Berkeley. And up in Sonoma, if you're up there, there's a little country store called Sonoma's Best that has our pickles as well. They have all of our.
And I look forward to your experiment with the graves.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be really fun.
It's going to be in the test kitchen for a while. Yeah. So thank you for having me in Toast, your special...
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Tara.
Yeah.
Thank you.